changing this landscape. We're going to see the first contest right here. Lion and a zombie getting into it. It's going to be the flashes. No damage here. It is actually going to be...
He missed it. No. Oh, so close to being able to shoot that frost map. Because it was off a little bit to the right of the window, was able to Frost was able to catch that. Great placement, millimeters off. And I think technical difficulty still continuing, but we're getting to flip-flop on who it is. Just like we saw these teams trade back and forth. Attacking team takes it grim there. FF, round one. Esports, still looking for their first.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
All right. Well, we'll work through it. We're still working through it, but again, back upstairs for the defense, second floor site, and second verse, same as the first. I guess we, as Glitter likes to say, and hopefully he's going to be joining us here in just a moment. But seeing the defense set up a very similar setup, with maybe the alternative being opening up the head holes onto out into mezzanine. Usually you see that reinforced, and then maybe a little breach denial. But I like bringing the cap can, having someone else available to again slow down and at least causes the attacking team to pause for a moment and check all of the doorways.
A bomb has been located.
All right, 10-4. So, all right, seeing the attacking team push. Again, mostly library side take, but at least that side of the building, but focusing a lot on the piano window, and then hopefully that frost mat, again, placed real close to the right side of the window. My guess is they're going to be able to... Oh, nope, Capcan was ready and waiting to make sure that they weren't going to know the exact placement of that mat again. And got a couple players up on the roof. All right. All right, we're definitely looking forward to the tech pause because, you know, it's like Glitter would say, it's not live siege if you don't have some issues here. So at least I think what we're glad for is that the players are playing this round out. FF and B Esports here are getting to play the round and not affecting them, mostly on the production side. So just a minute. And we'll hopefully get all that worked out. But here we are, 3v5, a minute left in the round, minute 10, and the defending team here is doing a great job of keeping the players out. There's still, not everybody was even in the building yet to make this push, not even on the same floor, so this is looking really good for the defense here. 2v5, another kill from B. Oh. No, 1v4, all up to Grim. He got the last kill on the last round, so we know that he could clutch it up at least in a 1vx. Now it's his chance to try in a 1v4. Boy, that's going to be a little bit tough here. Again, sitting downstairs in Trophy, grabs his first, but picks up a Lesion Mine, and is going to... Oh, he was mere seconds away from getting killed by that Lesion Mine. If he hits another, that's it. Game over. Oh. Well, the sound call got him for sure. So here he was sitting, Capcat sitting top solar. Made quick work of that. And we're going to go on a quick tech pause.
Defenders, protect your
Okay, what's up? Welcome back. I think we got it this time, Whiskey. 2 rounds
Yeah.
down, 1 apiece. We're starting fresh right now. Let's
You
go,
know, if
baby.
it was a work day, it'd be after work and it'd be time for a drink, and we're here for that. So this is some real live Siege, and we're getting to see it here on the Talent League Masters Division. 2 rounds in, so we're getting to start on round 3 then, I believe, with 1 apiece.
Let's go. And for round 3, we're down to the Tersh side, baby. I love the blend of contemporary and traditional Siege here. Tersh side being one of those fun blends. A lot of vertical hold going to be being set up here, and you can see already a huge hold in to the library area where we're bringing the Mira along, going to be supported by the Jaeger and the Azami to really make sure that they're not getting into that library site, which is so vital for taking the Tersh side. So
I love the Brava play. I'm glad they brought her out and also brought out Grim now. I think Grim's 3 rounds in a row for sure, with Show being the bringing Grim out every time and clutching it up there with a 3-1 so far. Brava, you know, not being quite as impactful for the round, but still love seeing her gadget out there, especially since the defense brought Capcan last round. Maybe something additional for her to grab.
yeah, and of course, grabbing those default cameras is always just absolutely huge. Let's talk about this defense. We also have bringing out the Warden, potentially going to be on that, losing his 1.5. I wonder if that's going to change around his meta at all that he's being utilized. And Legion being huge, just got a rework, right, Whiskey?
Yeah, Legion's rework back and forth between a buff or a nerf, but I think definitely settled on it being a buff. The ability to stack those Legion mines, adding damage together, even though they're not invisible. I mean, we saw Grim hit, I think 3 of them in the last round.
Grim, oh man, huge. Yeah, stackable, doing a ton of damage, and yes, you can see them, but I argue you can also see frost traps, and they're utilized.
Well, it looks like the stream is frozen on our side as well as the viewers, it appears.
Switched over to VLC. Let's take a look at what we've got. And we've got 2 members down, or 3 on the attacking side. So 2v3, 56 seconds still left on the board. It's all on the shoulders of the Brava, of the Iana facing the Legion, the Azami, and the Jaeger. It's going to be the contest on the stairs, but it's the up and down to take him both. He is down, but not out. Now all resting on Iana, who is sitting in sight. Going to take the first. Going to find the second. Takes a shot into mud. Doesn't quite connect, but it's low health on Jaeger here. Knows where one's at. Going to have that potential shot from up top, and there's on the stairs the swing, and it's going to be a zombie to finally find the kills. B Esports going to take that round in 2-1 here. Okay.
Wow, a lot of action there at the end.
So that's going to be the second round in favor of the defenders. Tersh site done. We're going to take it down to the dreaded snowmobile.
I love this site, and seeing the breach now brought out, definitely not surprised there with Dodo bringing Bandit.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Yep, Bandit doing what only Bandit can do, the tricking, as you would say. Gonna be supported as the Capcan comes back out, little insight shenanigans. I wonder if that's gonna bring us back out the Brava. Kind of hope so. On the attacking side of it, you see her ban just an absolute huge amount of time. It's the Dokkaebi on the board. Huge for sussing out where that roam game lies at. Going to be in the hands of the orcs there. Just going to try to be a menace. Arguably the fastest man in the game. Able to traverse vertically and horizontally. Incredibly fast. And got a rework to speed that up too as well, I believe. A little bit longer ago than some of the recent reworks. But it's going to be some intel. On the side of the defense, we're seeing Mobile Mozzie on the board. How are they going to combat this? Let's talk about this attack team, Whiskey.
Again, bringing Grim, I think with his rework, both for the speed of the deployment and the spread and area of effect of the gadget, have really increased his utility. obviously a big piece of this attacking team since they brought him every round. Ayana and Ace for hard breach, and Osa down there on the snowmobile garage. If they're pushing that main breach, she didn't bring impact EMPs, but the shields set up if they can get that breach open. Really important piece of utility.
Yeah, absolutely. 2C4s deal with those talent shields should they make themselves in the viewpoint. Gotta deal with this Mozzie. He's up top doing the roam. He's holding solar. It's the defense really trying to set the pace here. And with that, I mean, already there's a minute gone off the board. It's Osa back in the garage area, and it's going to be Grim. Oh, Mozzie on the lurk, found Grim, and that's going to be body bounce tipped in favor of B Esport here. Sitting 5-4. It's going to be the grenade to ring out on Mozzie. Does take a little bit of damage and does get taken off. It's the LED5 to claim his life now. Freakin's going to follow this Capcan down the stairs. Could be seeing another contest here. Capcan has the intel that Ayana's sitting there ready for that push. Potentially heard something. Jiggle peek down into trench, and it's going to be a zombie to next lose her life. As well as the Osa. So now we sit into a 3v3. It's going to be Gutter getting taken down next. Body bounce tipped in favor of B Esports, trying to put round number 3 in their favor. And as we say it, Sledge moving up, still does have a grenade. Ayana still 2 grenades in her pocket as well. Deal with that potential pillar down. See if he gets a nade out to
He's got to try and clear out that Azami shield. She's hiding behind that, playing off the shield really well. Now all up to him in a 1v3. The defensive setup here, just not letting him in. They still had all of the hard breach not available to them with the electrification denial. So he's got his work cut out for him.
Huge shot as he gets that body bounce just a little bit closer. Able to get diffuser in hands. Going to start to make this last 40-second push here. Going to have to win this swing on blue. Proxy alarm letting them know where the location is at. Sitting, holding. He knows he's holding. Who is going to move first in this standoff, this showdown? Slow creep up, takes a look in towards the Austin area. And there's the swing. It's going to be Oryx to take the head off, Bulldoff.
It was great.
Defense, another round.
Great patience by Oryx there, holding off and not swinging early, right? Waited until Sledge had walked through, thought maybe he was clear on the blue side, and then just, was able to catch him from behind as he was worried about the other defender. That was great patience from Oryx there to win that round.
Yep, so that puts defense up 3-1. If we're talking standard splits, this is a best of one. Run us how that works.
Yeah, I mean, FF here and B Esports have got this, since this is just a group stage in the Masters series, or Master Division. We're not into the best of 3 stage yet, so this is it. They've got this one chance, and like Noctis said in the setup at the analyst desk, they haven't played before, so this is really their first time to understand how the players are going to play together, how they're going to push. So they've only got here just a round or 2 to figure out, what else FF needs to do to adapt to this defense, and that's it. They've got 2 more rounds, and then got to completely switch focus and set up for their defensive half.
Yeah, I think you said it right. It's adaptability. In a best of 1, you don't have a chance. There's not a map 2. You have got to learn it on the fly. So in a game of intel and inches, whoever has the intel gonna gain those inches as real estate is prime and tough to take. Got plenty of intel on the defense side. We're gonna see Valkyrie being brought onto the board to help support that Mira. Capcan and Frost being brought almost as standards now. It's the trap op slowing down, really setting the pace for this attacking team, and it's working, right? You got the roam game of the Oryx that you have to clear out. Last round it was the Mozzie doing the same sort of holds. Have to push out that top hold to be able to get yourself set up for any sort of execute. He's doing a great job of making sure nobody could do that. It's going to be Lion inside a mud room.
Yeah, I would have said that not needing to change up the defensive lineup since they were sitting 3-1 so far, but Valk and Frost was really instrumental in that first round win. But yeah, they didn't even need to change it up, but how they changed it up, changing out Valk for instead of Azami, I think is definitely a good call here as they change up to the top floor site.
located by attackers.
Absolutely. First minute off the board. Drones having done their work, sussed out exactly where this defensive team is lying in wait. Predators.
Definitely
On
pushing
already-
hard library side and bringing Dokkaebi. I think that was a good change. She is banned out frequently. So instead of Ying, you've got Dokkaebi on the board. Also, great call to bring her.
It looks like it's going to be a full sort of south side take here. Starting to really push this Captain who's sitting up inside of the offices.
Watching real
Just
hard
outside
for
of
that
Fluke balcony. Yep.
Yeah, the Fluke Balk door.
It's going to be the trades out here as Frost does get taken off the board, but at the cost of the Dokkaebi and the Ayana, it's going to be Capcan next to fall. So we put ourselves into a 3v3.
Oh, no.
Ooh, the C4 heard around the world. Another one rings out, not going to find anything. It's going to be the kill on the Oryx, but the quick trade out as Mirror swings onto the rotate. Now all up to nobody as the round is over. Defender's going to take that, put themselves up into a 4-1.
Wow, nice finish there. I thought for sure that the attackers were going to take that when Ash made the slow push around, was able to kill Capcan, and it looked like it was going to be an attacker win. But then C4 and a little bit of the vector ringing out really swung that around quick. Now sitting at 4-1, FF needs to put something together here. They really want to be pushing into that 4-2 split. Going into their defensive half down 5-1 puts a lot of pressure on them.
Yeah, absolutely. Not impossible, right? It's Chalet. You're going into your defensive side of it. Ideally, you put yourself at that 4-2 split, right? Get your two, get onto defense, and then win it out as you know how to do on the defense. You put yourself in a 5-1. Still fine, right? At least you've got the one on the board. You hit your solo. A little bit tougher of a climb back because the other team would be on match point in one round, but still completely doable. And this would be, of course, a full extension up top.
Yeah, definitely not surprised to see that. Setting up the top floor much as you would as if it was the site, just to make sure that the attacking team can't really grab that vertical control, which is definitely necessary. For making sure that the planter is not going to get killed or providing cover for the diffuser as it goes down.
Yeah. Slow down City on the side of the defense here. We see both Castle and the Architect on the board, and already Ace taking shots in towards blue. Lots of intel being fed by this attacking team. He's going to try to start to clear out this library area. We've seen somebody hold in the corner there. It's one of my favorite spots. I especially love to see it being held by the Doc, but not going to be the case here. Ash going to be the first to fall. So you're going to start to suss out. Ooh, yeesh. Garen finding the kill on the Bulldog now as well as we put ourselves into a heavy 5v3. It's all coming up defense here. They've got body balance heavily in their favor.
Yeah, the attacking team still pushing hard in library, but with the players sitting in the corner, they're going to be able to nade. It's Wamai. Does he have his discs out?
Oh! There we are. The irony. Wamai ripped off the board by a grenade in library as he's trying to get down to the bunker back down into sight. It is going to still be body bounce tipped in favor of B Esports at the moment, sitting 4-3. Unfortunately, Brava sitting with that 0-5 can't buy herself a kill at this moment. Let's see her get active here. So the push in to Bar Gaming starts to come.
For sure, playing a supportive role and needing her drones to be able to grab utility and help the attacking team set up for an execute, but still really, needs to be contributing a little bit on that side too.
So does find the triple, but is going to be down for that as the shots rain down from the hatch as well. Not able to find the kill from below. It's going to be all on the shoulders of Grim now, who's going to start to push in from mud, try to get a little intel about where everybody's sitting. It's a tough cross. The 2v1 does get spotted out on the camera. Going to go take a look up top this time, as that's where a bunch of that action was just coming from.
It's come down to Grim here in the last player alive for the attacking team. I think that was either 3 or 4 rounds now. So a lot of pressure on him. Can't fault him for it when you get down to those 1v1s or 1v2s. and just a lot of pressure. So now we get to see how FF is going to handle their defensive half with B Esports starting on attack here, 5-1, looking really good for B right now.
Yeah, yep. Put themselves 5-1, one away from match point. But Chalet, right? We're headed to defense. This is a map that both of these teams have spent hours playing, theorying, scrimming, and defense on Chalet. I mean, this is something we know how to do, right? I look to see a little bit of a comeback here. Side of FF.
I love using the Goyo to block the drone hole in the basement site. That's a favorite play of mine as well, so I'm glad that we got the chance to see the defense using it. The trouble is that it makes any sort of bandit tricking that main wall basically impossible, because if the attacking team can get that Goyo canister to explode, bandit's not able to get close enough to bandit trick those with the battery. So that's the risk, but I do like the play, and we'll see how it works.
All right, so it is a full set of 6 picks here as we head back down to the basement site. And look who we're seeing, Mr. Whiskey. It's the Ram being brought out just loud as hell. If you're new to Siege, you're new to the season, tell us about this off.
Yeah, getting to see Ram brought out, and when we have seen her played when on the attacking team, when the defenders go downstairs to the basement, that library or the main fireplace area, the main lobby, seeing Ram able to just clear a ton of breachable floor above, wreaking havoc, just being incredibly loud. The boogie is loud enough that sometimes I've seen the attacking team shoot it, because it not only does it block the defending team out, it really blocks the attacker's ability to hear as well.
Yep, kind of head both ways there. Got to be shot in the back of the drone or impacted. Going to open up a ton of that vertical. It's going to be Orcs holding on to the stairs. Got a little bit of intel. Both Legion and Orcs ready for the swings. Going to take the shots onto it. Caught lacking. Not going to find the shots, however. It is going to be Ayana able to escape with their life, and it's going to be Feuer getting taken off the board. C4 rings out. Double now as we got both Thatcher and Sledge off the board. It's body bounce tipped in favor of the defense here. It's going to be Oryx on low health here, but still preserved his life.
We still got Ram is out there.
Okay. Oopsies. So there we go. Minute left on the board. Game is 4v3, and Ayana does. Gotcha. One second, Whiskey.
All right, so we got Ramus playing upstairs here in the second floor site, or the second floor mezzanine there, looking down. But there's definitely been a lot of destruction already happening. And Thermite gonna be able to get the main wall open. A main breach, step 1 in the execute.
Yep, and here we go. Ayana creeping down the stairs. I don't know if they know she's there, but they've got it pretty blocked off to be able to try to take a gunfight from there. Lots of vertical held up here. 28 seconds left on the board. The final execute coming in here. Defense doing a real good job at slowing down this attacker team. Got to get something together here. It's going to be the push down main fireplace stairs. There's the Azami. Takes shots into blue. Doesn't find any joy. Azami lying in wait. Does get taken down off the stairs. So we now find ourselves into a 4v2, into a 4v1, into a 4v9 as Defender is going to mount their comeback.
Round 1. There it is.
Yep, had to get one on the board, and there it is. 3 left to get them tied back up and give themselves a shot at winning this best of 1. But like we said, the Esports already put their work in on defense. They just have to find 2. Got it. And when you're on the attacking side of it, almost generally you're going to find yourself 1 or 2 just in the way that Chalet plays out and works. So we're going to have to see some perfect gameplay here on the side of FF.
Yeah, 5-2, and that definitely looked like a really great round from their side. So good hold. Now on to You know what? We're gonna have to definitely consider whether or not those first floor sites are called tertiary anymore, because I mean we're still seeing them played more often. Um, I'm wondering whether or not we talked about the meta shift, but here we are. The defending team setting up library, setting up the upstairs hold again, similar to how we saw B do it. Big
10
hold
seconds.
upstairs to make sure that they've got the verticality covered in the age of verticality here in Siege.
To go.
Yeah, and it's going to bring out the mute to stop that intel deny, maybe a little bit of breach denial for those mirror windows, but they're going to try and get that taken care of with the Twitch on the board, bringing the DMR. Absolutely devastating in the hands of the right person. I mean, we can ask Onagiri, right? I say it all the time. I'm so impressed about it. 27 kills, SI leaderboard for number of kills in the games. And what did he do it with? He did it with that DMR, man.
Yeah.
Love the Amaru call here. Absolutely huge gun, 3 flashes, and able to traverse up top very quickly. I love the switch up. Still got that verticality by the buck to open up floor. And it is going to be Orcs on the roam underneath. Hoping to catch anybody slipping on the flank.
If the attacking team here, B was seeing that they're doing a really hard upstairs hold. Mira's got the windows upstairs, hard on mezzanine. Amaru through the basement, up through the hatch or something as a quick plant would be fantastic to see. It's one of the reasons we love Siege and getting to see all the different options that the teams are coming up with. I'd love to see that, man.
Yeah, me too. I'm a huge fan of Protect the President, especially when it's done in a very rapid fashion. And it looks like Ash getting herself ready for some sort of push, waiting for the call.
Yeah.
Oh, the double.
The prime and ready. This is the execute is coming. There's still 1:33 left. It looked like it was going to be a hard push there, all simultaneous.
And here we go as Zofia gets herself some huge vertical control. Well, no idea that she's sitting into the closet, and he's going to be the first one to get taken off the board as Maru is going to find no kill. It was actually the Ash from underneath, putting body balance in favor of BE Esports. It's going to be the next to follow as Mute. Not looking good as Vector rang out and took him off the board. And took Ash off the board here. The attacking team, it's 4v3 here with a minute left on the board. Going to be taking that contest on the stairs. Able to get out of there and preserve their life. Really stalling out, doing a great job of making sure this attacking team can't get in, get their foothold. Still getting stuck on the back foot. 2 impacts still on the board. Still a C4 on the board to be able to deal with anybody getting into sight.
They're pushing Azami back downstairs, though. I mean, it got her off the first floor, got her off the second floor stairs, pushing her down blue. She going to be able to push herself back up?
I think so. Does use a Kiva Berry to block off Mud, get themselves ready for the rotate. It's going to be the C4 that goes out. No joy on that one. It's all up to the Oryx and to the Mira. Mira taking a ton of damage. Oryx down to 5 HP in a dream. 20 seconds left. Here's the attacking team is going to have to move in, and it's all on the shoulders of Oryx, who's sitting in wine. He's coming up the hatch. This could be huge if they don't know that he's here. Looking for the cross. Doesn't find anything, and we are now into a post-plant scenario that is ended quite quickly as BE Sports puts himself on match point.
Amaru just hunting Oryx down, finding through the basement, heard him come upstairs through the hatch, should have been clear enough to be able to hear it. And you're right, B Esports on match point. FF is going to have to turn it up right now on defense if they're going to be able to hold. And I like bringing Valkyrie. They're going to need some more intel here. But we've seen a shift in Siege to the Intel meta as well. We talk about shotgun often, shotgun meta here in the new Year 8 Season 3, but the Intel meta is huge. Bring out Valk, help you make sure that you've got a solid line on where all the attackers are, because they got to hold on tight here. This is it.
Yep, this is it. That was the problem with going in at a 5-1. They only have to find 2 to get it done. Yeah, just gotta say, love the freaking free cam. Just absolutely beautiful. And of course, as we head to kitchen dining, it's gonna be all top floor play here. Azami and Valkyrie up top to start doing some of that holding. See a slew of 6 kicks here. On the attacking side of it, because the Banshees are on the board and the Valkyries, we are gonna see the Brava being brought out and utilized. And taking a Banshee. When you're late round and you're going for that execute and the defense doesn't know that you have some Banshees locked up in your favor, absolutely huge for some of that late round shenanigans.
You know what, though? Here we are. We're seeing the attacking team bring Brava, though, in an effort to counter the Intel and the Banshees both. I think a great call. It appears that the European teams have seemed to embrace the Brava play a little bit more than the NA teams we cast a little bit more often.
Yep, agreed. And it's our favorite. We call for the Bravo all the time. Okay, vertical hold or verticality by that sledge. Gonna be going up to try to deal with this Azami, holding the tight angle onto Library. Giving Library away for free! Oh no! Ash with the disgusting shot onto Malusi. Huge pick. His body balance tips in favor of B Esports.
Oh no, they should not apparently have given away Library for free, because that just gave Ash and the attacking team the ability to move in, grab that piece of map control, and push. And unfortunately, Azami the first to catch it.
Yep, and since she didn't stay around for more than half of the round, that's a couple of Kiva Bears that are not going to be utilized there for the little bit of that trench warfare. It's body bounce tipped in favor of B Esports here. Still holding the top, still doing a great job at keeping the pace here. Even in a 4v5, if they can't root out everybody up top, you're going to find yourself in a tough position for that execute.
Yeah, I mean, even though they've given up Library, even though they lost the Zami, certainly they've got enough assets, both in players and utility, to try and hold this second floor site. Definitely not unheard of, absolutely.
Little impact trick here. Thermite's going to try and get that wall opened up, and they're going to be successful at taking both of those off the board.
Played.
Huge picks.
Yes. Wow, great job, Malusi. They're going to have to rethink how they're going to push here now.
Right, because what does Pangu say? You don't want to be walking in just through the doorways. You're setting yourself up for some kill feeds there. A little bit of clip rounds. And with that hatch being closed up, that's exactly what we're going to be looking to do. Push in through the doorways. Still, with that vertical hold not taken care of, it's going to make it really, really tough.
There's going to be a bit of siege timing there. Valk watching those stairs, I think, as a player was...
Ooh! Ash with another kill on to the Malusi. Huge pick there as we now put ourselves in the 5-3 scenario. Got 19 seconds left, and here we go. Plant starting to get down. They got themselves into sight. Warden taking a little bit of damage, but it's going to be the double ringing out onto the attackers now as we find ourselves all on the shoulders of the Brava. Valkyrie goes down, takes a shot now into a 1v1. The swing!
What?
Oh, my Lord! Shit, jeez. Okay, let's come alive here, FF. Let's go.
What was that like? That was 3 trades happening back and forth after the plant started in the last 30 seconds of that match. Jeez.
Yow. 6-3. Got to find 3 more to take us into an OT scenario. Let's go. FF on the way back. That's, you know, as the casters, you hear me talk about it all the time. I want every single round played, right? I want to see the double overtime 1v1 standoff to show who is the absolute best here. And FF trying to give me that reality.
Yeah, they are. And of course, they don't want to let this one go, because this is the Masters division, and they're here to play. They're here to win, and don't want to see this one go away in just a few rounds. They want to at least take this one to overtime.
Yep. And we want that too. It's back down to the basement here, the dreaded snowmobile. Gonna see pretty much a extension up, all the way up onto the top floor. Legion up top, making himself a potential menace. They got to find that library hold, which they've been, or the library push, which they've been pretty successful with here, I'd say. No Mira on the board to try and hold that. Instead, we're gonna opt for the Goyo and the Legion.
I think we had not seen Mira being terribly effective in every round, so I think that's a bit of a good trade out there on the FF side. Maybe I think losing the Valkyrie might be a bit of a risk, so we'll see whether or not the intel was it. But they've only got one chance, so this is the lineup they think they can do it with, and I'm here for it.
Same. It is intel. We do have the BP of the Goyo still on the board, but other than that, it's Explosion City on the side of the defense. It's going to be the the Goyo Shotty, the sniper Shotty, to find the kill on Ash. Huge pick as Ash is sitting in that 9 and 8 KD area. Going to be Maverick starting to make some of these walls. Oh, the impacts. Huge, taking Maverick down to 5 HP and a dream. FF trying to stay
Wow,
alive
I can't
here.
believe he survived that one. He was set on fire, I think, as well, right? The Goyo trap getting and dealing a bunch of damage.
The Goyo is the breach denial. I love it. So body bounce is tipped in favor of FF. It's going to be Iana getting full white from a homie's flash. The grenade could be huge, and it is! Wow, what a shot! Taken off the board. That's mute gone. It is body bounce still set in favor of FF here. The last minute and 24 is starting to ring out. It's going to be the Dokkaebi call. Trying to reach you about your extended car warranty. Where are ya? Looking for those roamers. Bandit still just staying alive, holding. Ooh, geesh. DMR taking out another player on the attacking side of it. It is going to be the Goyo. Garbanzo now putting us into a 3v3. A minute left on the board. Mav taking an extra peek. Figure out where the heck these guys are. Esports trying to put this one away. FF trying to hold in for this last 50 seconds. Dokkaebi call going to ring out. Let them know where these roamers are sitting at. It's going to be the scenic route taken by Dokkaebi. She's going to now get those cams as well. One of the reasons she's banned so often. Not only does she have the phones, but she's got the intel, and it's absolutely huge in the game of intel and inches. 30 seconds, Whiskey. 30 seconds left for Esports to put this one away. 30 seconds left for FF to hold on.
Still 3v3. It's going to get crazy.
That's right. We'll hold on to our hats because the trades are going to ring out. And we're going to see this first contest here. Azami looking towards that breach. Flashes going out. They do get... Oh, man, that's a huge pick on the side of defense. It does get evened up there. It's the shot onto the stairs. Now into a 2v1.
What?
Esports! Yow! Taking off. Defense finding another. Staying alive, baby! FF doing a great job of keeping themselves in it.
Match point again. I think we were on match point here when it was 6-2. So FF winning 2 in a row so far to hold this off. They've got to win another 2 in a row to force OT.
This is a great way to do it. Esports not finding a way to deal with this this late round FF hold. We're going to head back to the bar gaming site. Another, well, like you said, I guess we don't call them Tersh anymore. There's no Tersh site on Chalet. It's all played all the time. And we are going to see that mirror being brought back out. So it's a huge operator for that library hold. Right? Pretty standard to put somebody in that pantry area, in that closet area. But the library hold for Mira up top, supported by the Wamai, absolutely huge in slowing down that vertical hold, which is absolutely necessary for a bar gaming.
Opting for the mirror again, I think, and the double Wamai and Jaeger, the double grenade denial here. Interesting take. Hopefully that's enough. I mean, they've been showing us a different lineup every round, different combination of players, and putting together a really great defense, even if it didn't seem like it was going to be the setup that worked. It's almost like it's keeping the attacking team guessing as far as what do they need to bring to make a round work, because the defense is changing the lineup pretty substantially every round. We're not seeing the same players back and forth every time.
Yep. Agreed. It's the adaptability, but hey, we're bringing out some adaptability as well. Capitao going to make their way onto the board. Huge for clearing out that library. Huge for any sort of post plant. Huge for taking away any tricking that could potentially be done on any of the walls. If you can get yourself a little bit of a sight line there. Got some intel. Knows. Oh.
Hibana's gonna trying to save her mirror window from Hibana, and unfortunately it cost her life, and I think we lost the mirror window on top.
Yep,
that was a rough trade.
Rough engagement there, as now Legion gets taken off the board as well, though you do have the Legion gone. That's your verticality kind of getting taken out. Grenades off the board, and that's the 10 and 7 KD guns. Body bounce tipped in favor of Esports, trying to put this one away here.
A bomb has been located.
see whether or
Ooh-wee.
not Mira's going to be able to get this other window. Ooh, with Capital poised and ready. Is he able to get a bead on Mira from that angle through the drone hole?
Potentially, that fire spreads out quite a bit, especially when you're dropping hatch and you want to get yourself not swung from that doorway. A smoke or a fire, at least in that general area, is going to help stop that. It's going to be the C4 ringing out, but Jaeger going to lose his life in the next engagement now as Capital finds another kill, put us into a 3v2. 56 seconds still left on the board. Ooh, cheeky play by the Mira. Now it does Quart finding another kill, putting us into a 2v2 into a 2v1. It's all on the shoulders of Mira here now.
This is it, match point.
B Esports got to find the head of this Mirror. It's low health versus full health. Ace going to be the one to fall. The swing from Mud!
What?
Defenders! The Vector! FF alive and active here as they put themselves one away. Tying this bad boy up.
Wow, I can't believe they pulled that one out. I thought for sure, again, that the attacking team had set themselves up for a round win in this case, and great call here by FF, taking the timeout. I mean, we saw they've won 3 in a row, but you got to be perfect one more round. And even though they've got the momentum, I think good call taking the timeout to talk about it.
Yeah, I think so too. If you're in the know, timeouts are used just like you would see in any other sport, right? It's a second to stop and talk about your gameplay. It's to talk about the teammate, maybe a little momentum stopper should you need it. Although on the case of FF, they're trying to keep that momentum swinging. But because you have to find that one round, right? It's do or die here for both teams. If B Esports finds this round, it's over. If FF finds the round, they're staying alive, but it's all on this one. So I think a timeout here, not a bad play.
Yeah. Great call on their part. And Kitchen Dining, this is a site they have won, and bringing the Mira, bringing the Valkyrie for the intel, Azami for the hold, and Legion had been doing a great job here of roaming and just being devastating, getting that run out kill early on the top frag on the B Esports side. They're bringing Brava, although there's not a ton of utility for them to steal, because the thing about Brava and the Valkyrie cams is they're just really difficult to spot. And typically on Chalet, they're in a lot of places that are almost difficult for the Brava drone to reach. It's got a little bit of a limited range, so if she's got one up in the rafters, Brava drone's got to be in a really specific place in order to be able to grab those. So hopefully she's able to use that intel and give the attacking team here the advantage they're looking for with her.
Yep, huge plays. It is going to be Ash taking a little bit of damage here. Right out the gate is getting a little cheeky, looking for the spawn peak. Not able to find the kill, however. And here we go. Bravo going to get her drones, the Kludge drones out and ready. Start making work on those Valkyrie cams, on those deploy or defaults.
Azami getting spotted out. No clue where that drone is. Just shooting everything to make sure.
Okay.
There is definitely getting spotted out there, and hard pinged by a drone is super annoying when you get the scan popping up on your screen. Adds a little bit of anxiety to the position you're holding, because now they know you're there, and if you're playing on a second floor site, you got to watch out for those the nades from below.
Yep, and huge verticality working in both directions here. Speaking of nades, look at all the explosive potential here on the defense. 3 C4s, 2 impacts, ready to really take on that engagement from long range here. Not to be outdone, attacking team, 4 pieces of grenade. 4 pieces of grenade, jeez. 2 sets of grenades in pocket.
There's going to be a lot of pieces of grenades as this round rolls on, but plus 6 breach charges. The amount of explosives that the Chalet is going to field today, I'm not sure it's going to survive, Whiskey.
Yeah, I think that you might be right. Chalet going to be brought down to its bare bones. We do have Ace on Fluke balcony here, is trying to get some of this verticality opened up. Mez still got to deal with that mute jammer. And as we're in 50 seconds here, we're 5 stacked apiece. Folks, hold on to your hats, because for all the money for the round that matters, they are taking their time in setting this up correctly. So the trades are going to ring out absolutely incredible. Mira reduced to just under a quarter of her HP left, and it's going to be Mute holding the long angle onto the breach, looking for that potential plant, but there's still 3 C4s on the board to deal with that should they need. And the vertical being held by Valkyrie up top. 25 seconds, Whiskey. Esports trying to put this one away. FF trying to stay alive. It's going to be the Valkyrie up top getting taken down. It is going to be traded back as Legion's going to find that kill. Now taking us into a 4v4. 13 seconds left. The push starts to come in. It's going to be the attackers losing another. It is going to get traded. C4's ringing out. 2v2. 6 seconds. Got to get this plant down and going. Oh my lord!
What?
No way! What? Wow!
The pistol of Ace to finish it off. Oh, I want to go back and see that replay. How many seconds were left when Ace's pistol came out? That had to be fractions of a second to win that one.
Yeah, the last 13-second push coming in from the attacking side of it was just absolutely huge, right? I mean, just proving that they needed it on that last round. And with that, they take it. They take
Wow.
This best of one.
Great job on the B Esports side to finish that one off. I mean, we could not call it, and seeing FF have that kind of a clawback, winning 4 in a row to try and make their spot to get back, it was fantastic to see. I'm glad we got to be a part of it.
Yeah, now let's get the lowdown, the who, what, when, where, and why. Let's get our analyst knocked back in here to give us the answers on what just went down. But maybe not. Oh, there we go. Yay!
I was lost for the words, and I was still looking at
Maybe not. Got a little bit of mute going on here,
sorry, I was muted in Discord. So I was staring at the screen, and I was still thinking, and I was completely lost for the words. I couldn't grasp to what to say and how to react to that specific last round. Great play by B. Huge defense game by FF. It's not always you see those kind of games where you're way ahead by a margin, and then the other team completely come back at you, trying to grab each point from your grasp when you're 1 inch away from winning. And this was one of these games. So let's get into the a little bit of a replay. I don't know why, but we had it. It's okay. But let's go a little bit into the technical part without map, of course. If I want to separate one round of Siege into 3 parts, I will separate it by each minute. So for the first minute, I would say it's the intel game. Whether you're defender or attacker, you try to drone, go on the cam, find the possible ways that the teams are trying to push. Of course, if you're a defender, you can kind of understand by the cams that are taken out from the whole map. If you're on the attack side, of course, you have the most important part of your pocket, your drones, to find possible roamers, possible setups, etc. The second minute is when you position yourself. Again, whether you're attacker or defender, you want to be in correct position when the execution is coming up, and the last minute is the execution part. Whether you want to plant the diffuser or you go straight for the kill, that last minute is a perfect time. Of course, teams can play with these kind of setups. They drone for a complete 1.5 minute, and they go absolutely nuts into the 1.5 minutes to the last of the round. It's understandable, but these three stages are like the basic of the game. We have seen B Sports playing that specific three stages when they were defending. So we're going on the map, and I want to show that specific round when Mozzie was roaming. I think you guys remember that. It was a huge game on Trophy. So this is the map of ground floor. We have Mozzie playing here, then rotating into the western kitchen, sometimes upstairs, but always protecting the trophy window and a possible flank towards the hatch. So this was around 1 minute and 1 minute and 15 of the first of the round, which Muzzy, I believe, picked 2 kills or 1 kill. I might be mistaken about the number, but anyway, they didn't clear him at the first of the round. That cost them at least one body. This comes from the droning. FF, when you have 5 pieces of drone before into your prep phase and 5 pieces of drone when the round starts, you need to use them. What's the point of having them in the last 30 seconds of the round in your pocket still not used? So use them as much as you can. If they have the drone this specific Mozzie, they could gain the control to the kitchen, to the dining, to the hallway, also to the western stairs, and they didn't need to worry at all about the possible flank because B was playing super passive while Mozzie was roaming. That's one piece. Then we go to the other round when B Sports was attacking. It was, I think, top floor on the this is top floor on the office. So I have said it once in other stream of Talon League, but I'm going to repeat it here again. So, FF was holding onto mezzanine with specific player was Vomai, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, now I remember. It was Attack on Wargaming. Sometimes I mix up.
Yeah, whatever.
Who don't? Okay, so if you're playing with one specific player on mezzanine, you need to bring utilities to protect that specific player because that's one of the most critical power positions that you can find. Why? Woman can hold the angle towards the hallway window, also fluke window, library, and a possible play into the fireplace. This just shows how important and how critical that position is. Then you have a zombie on your roster. If you have a zombie, try to give those Kiba barriers to protect Vomai from possible names, from possible sneaky angles. I'm pretty sure you guys remember it was the round that Ash was waiting for a fast push into fireplace, and it was Zofia on the highway waiting to destroy the window. So these two angles are the places that can catch you off guard because you're saying, okay, there's 2 fast push coming, Amaru on piano, waiting for a simple mistake, Amaru playing super passive on library stairs, and Vomai was completely unprotected. Hence, what happened? Amaru pushed in, killed the Vomai got killed. Then Azami barriers were non-existent. Azami needed to flee back. They got the control of library, mezzanine, piano, no flank. I just put a huge cross on it, so people can see how critical this was. No flank, and that round just wrapped up very fast because that specific power position was not played correctly. Of course, FF played super great when they're defending as much as they could. It was one round away from an OT, but Siege is a game of those mistakes. When you make those mistakes, it comes to you and bites you where you don't expect them. Of course, I believe in that specific situation, FF has a lot to work on based on the basic siege. Sometimes it's just droning, sometimes it's just calls and communication, sometimes it's synergy between the players. Of course, we are not among them, so whatever we see and whatever we talk is just outside the box. But I'm pretty sure if they sat down together with their staff team and just review what actually went wrong, they can come to the points where it can solve in a blink of an eye. Because this is a basic of Siege, and if you don't know the basic, you will not be in a master division, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely agree with you. We saw it time and time again here on these maps. It was the little mistakes. It was running past a window that you knew was being guarded. It was no buddy system there for the refrag. So on the entry kill, we saw it getting quickly turned into a double, and body bounce tipped heavily in favor of B Esports because they're capitalizing. They've got the buddy system in place. They're using their drone economy. They've got the flank drone set up, and it was just a little bit more of a master class, as you would say, in how to play against Chalet. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Quite
seeing them play on the attacking side, they were down, like losing the entry on several of the rounds, and then having to play in a 4v5 without trading it out just makes it really difficult, right? And it turns into the second half of the map, just you know, where they have to fight like hell to try and win every round to stave off match point. Gets exhausting, and it's difficult to maintain that intensity for several rounds in a row. Whereas if you could have won a couple of the rounds early, where you didn't have to fight 4v5 for a minute and a half, makes a huge difference, and could have evened it out, and maybe been the Masters class we were hoping to see, but not. FF wasn't. They brought it back. It's a great team that we're going to expect to see good things from them in the future as well. But great job to be Esports winning that one.
Agreed.
exactly. Just a confirmation how much time I might have to just point out another point.
Plenty.
Thanks.
You have
Plenty.
got plenty.
Okay. Okay, so we can talk as much as we like. um. uh, okay. So sometimes back in the days that I was analyzing T3, T4 teams, so I was the analyst for two teams. Some of the people may heard of it. Sometimes some people may not. I'm not going to into the names, but uh, we tried out many different players because some of our old players were like, "Yeah, we got life. We cannot play anymore. We cannot dedicate that much time." Or after a couple of times and time that has spent with us, they were not suitable candidates anymore. Uh, Me and the ideal of the team decided to go down into a road when we are interviewing people, we kind of analyze their basic knowledge of the game. Uh, that came to knowing the basic calls, that knowing to know the basic strats or the pushes. So, for example, I remember we brought up the Oregon map, top floor, which is very common. Of course, the Oregon rework, not the old one. Then, the plant by the bed in the kids' dorms when there is a huge flag in the corner.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in that specific call, we in within the team decided to call it flags. But of course, different players call it different things. So we bring up that map and like the blueprint and put it there in front of the player and ask, so what do you call these plant stuffs? So you in top floor you have like a default, which is by the which is by the in the games. You have darts, which is behind the sofa. You have the radio. Then you go to the flags, and then you go behind the dorms by the suitcase, which I call this suitcase as the plant. Uh, Basicals, and fast one, of course, etc. Blah blah. Uh, so when we put it in front of those people and ask them, we evaluate: do they know these kind of basics? So we don't go through completely building them up from the ground, and of course, like maybe losing the momentum and synergy between the players. And hopefully, we could get a good players. But something that really helped us is those players building the synergy and friendship between themselves. So we had like a WhatsApp group, uh, and of course the Discord. When we were off the games or we were off the screens, we were talking with each other about life and daily stuff. Why I struggle in my countries, if I want to apply, what kind of country, what like educational system their countries had. Um, Very different things came up, and at the end, after 2.5 years, which I haven't been on a team, I'm still friend with those people. Some of them are in university right now following their dreams in educational field, but still we talk, we have the Instagram group. So these synergies will lead into the momentum of a game, and that momentum, as we have seen, whether it was B or FF, can can make the difference. I'm pretty sure you guys have experienced sometimes in a 1v8 situation, rank time, when
Mm,
people call GG. You are
yeah,
last
on your
person.
team. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, on your team, and players, mostly randoms, they call GG. And sometimes I just sat there for like 5 seconds and I'm thinking, man, I'm top fragging and you're bottom fragging. Why do you call it GG? Or vice versa. I might be bottom fragging, but I might show up in that specific moment. Uh, these are the situation that it will destroy the momentum. No matter if you're playing with a random or with your bestie that you have known each other for like 10 years, so on, so on. Uh, you need to trust that in the mechanical skill, in the knowledge skill, when you're in a tough situation. I believe the only reason FF could bring back the result a little bit was this trust between those players, finding those angles, feeding the information, trusting in the gun skill and the possible ways to have the crossfire with your teammate, which is very critical, led up into possibly a 7-1, change into a 7-5, which is huge. I don't know. You guys, have you guys had such experiences? And by the way, I want to turn off my map, just so production knows. I want to see your beautiful faces.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely found ourselves. In fact, the Whiskey Boys here, we own several teams inside of the NA. And we see that all the time. A big focus is put on team synergy and building up that bond, because it is going to
Yep.
come out in the late rounds. Absolutely huge. And you know, when you're doing that stuff, it allows you to take criticism from the homies, that can potentially, you know, put your game onto a better point. The specific part, right? We should have seen definitely some better usage of the Kiva berries, especially on that area you're talking about, holding that top mez, holding that fluke balcony. You know, it's tough to see Wamai holding library getting taken out by a grenade because we didn't have proper, you know, his proper gadget usage there. And if you have that team synergy and that team building, it's going to allow the homie to say, hey, you probably could have lived here, you know, had we had put something on, or had we had a crossfire set up, or had we had some sort of activity. Unfortunately, it looked like FF was losing their ones. And in those type of scenarios, you have to have the homie along to get the refrag. You have to have your brother in arms there to take that battle with you if you know you're going to be losing them. And I think, and that is the case, we saw multiple kills on B Esports, where
I'm
they're finding the
sensing
entry.
veterans here. I'm sensing veterans.
lots of entry kills without the refrags, and unfortunately,
Yep.
you know, that led to the fall of FF.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
What
our
about
next
you?
game though is a forfeit though, right? So are we
Is
going to be?
it?
I think we're going to be taking a
Oh.
pause.
Okay,
So-
we have we have a confirmation. Oh my, go on.
That's CJ.
Yeah, doesn't always go the way you want, just like it didn't go the way that FF wanted. This one's not going to go exactly the way we wanted. We wanted to be able to cast another Masters Division game again, but we're going to be coming back in roughly 2 hours to a Challenger League game, and then hopefully finishing it off with another Masters to close this day out, which is going to be fantastic.
That's right, baby. So I guess that's what we're going to do, huh? We're going to take ourselves a quick break, let you guys refill your beverages, drink it, refill it again, and by the time we come back, it's it's some more Siege for you. Time to siege the day here in the Talent League. Thanks for hanging with us. Heyo.
Let's go.
burns at 2,000 degrees Celsius. Hot enough to cut through nearly any barrier known to man. Throw some C4 into the mix, and you've got one hell of a combination.
I've learned from experience that the place to save lives is in the field, not an office. And sometimes, the only way to save a life is to take one.
I trust that the ceramic trauma plate I'm wearing will stop a .357 Magnum round traveling at 490 meters per second. I trust myself not to move, not to flinch. I trust my teammates. And they trust me.
If you have a few spare hours, I'd love to share the details of how this device is a masterpiece of design. Quadruple independent gearboxes enabling 0 to 20 in under 4 seconds. 10 kilometers of internal wiring, 1,100 expertly machined hand-assembled components, flawless control at over 300 meters. What all my team needs to know is, does it do the job or doesn't it? And let me tell you right now, it does the job.
These soldiers think their training will keep them alive. They break down doors and come through windows, weapons drawn. They check the corners, watch each